Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tales of Southern Thedas, Dragon Age 2. So last time we started Dragon Age 2 and we began the tale of Thedas' cosmic plaything, Cammie Hawke. Born and raised in Lothering in Ferelden, Cammie, along the rest of her family, were forced to flee when the Blight came and destroyed Ferelden. Cammie's father, um, uh, who was a mage, did not make it. He perished in the evacuation, um, which meant it was just Cammie, her mother, and her two siblings, the twins, Bethany and Carver, that made it out of Lothering. However, they were beset by darkspawn the entire way. They met up with Aveline, who was a soldier married to a Templar from Ostagar, but Aveline's husband didn't make it, and sadly, neither did Bethany. We finally made it to Kirkwall, Hawke's mother's ancestral home, which is a powerful city-state in the Free Marches, north of Ferelden across the Waking Sea. Unfortunately, the noble estate that they used to have is gone. And their only remaining family member, Gamlin, while offering them a place to stay, in order to bribe the guards to let them in, they had to work with Ethenril and her band of smugglers for a year. Now, even though they live in Lowtown, the Hawke family is starting to make a name for themselves. And Cammie, and by extension Carver, have been recruited by Varric Tethras to invest in a Deep Roads expedition in order to propel them back into the Kirkwall nobility, or the aristocracy. And that's where we're going. That's basically how we're starting. We've got a couple new quests. Got Long Way Home, which is the main one, or one of the main ones. We gotta deliver Flemeth's amulet to the Keeper Marathari in the Dalish camp on Sundermount. We should probably stop by Gamlin's house, aka our house. We can check up on Aveline, who managed to pick up a job in the city guard. We need to earn 50 sovereigns to become a partner in the Deep Roads expedition and we can also talk with Varric in Lowtown. But we're going to actually start with this one first. All right. So, let's go ahead and we are in Hightown. So let's go check out what's around in Hightown. Let's look at the merchants. Okay. Sell all junk. Okay, robes. Nope. Elon's hood. We could use that, but we don't have the money. Knights of the Elder. I don't think there's a mod that I can get for, just money. Let me check. I mean, I'd still try and earn the 50 sovereigns just because it's part of the game, but, whatever. Now, in each act, there's an armor set. Or clothing set, or what have you. Let me just... Item sets, okay. For the mage, the Act 1 set is the Spiral Eye. And we can find those Gloves of the Spiral Eye in Long Way Home. Hood of the Spiral Eye in Enemies Among Us. Boots of the Spiral Eye in Undercity Warrens. Robes of the Spiral Eye in the Deep Roads Expedition. But we also have DLC item sets, so we'll figure that out when we get there. But yeah, we don't really have that much in the way of money. 8 silvers. But this is mainly just, I'm trying to figure out what... Oh, wait. I'm not going to need stamina. And theoretically, I won't need injury kits. Backpack, we're already maxed out on backpacks, so I'm not worried about that. Alright. Oh, hey. We have an exclamation point.
Hawke, long time no see, my friend.
Well, if it isn't Worthy, the dwarf with the incredibly ironic name.
I only advertise the truth. You aren't still working for Athenril, are you? Your year must be up by now.
Why nosy, aren't you?
Still trying to ferret out everyone's business, I see.
Of course. How else do you expect a dwarf to make a living? I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you. Take care, Hawke. Don't get dead.
Alright. You have unlocked a crafting station. So let's check out here.
Between you two.
You can order runes if you discover the right combination of resources along the recipe. Okay. So they're in protection. Acquires 1 lyrium. And increases armor. Okay.
Oh, you thought I meant Hawke. I was talking about Gamlin. Maker, I hate you, dwarf.
Well, let's talk with the bear.
Another Ferelden Street rat? Are you here to waste my time, or do you actually have coin to spend?
Well, let's be diplomatic. What goods do you sell?
Are you an armorer? A weaponsmith?
My stock is varied. What all my wares have in common, however, is quality. Only the best for my distinguished patrons. See for yourself.
Alright, well, let's look at our Heal Bear's Fine Goods. Enchanted Staff. Physical damage. Wooden Staff. 11 nature damage. Fortunately, we're just shy of being able to buy it. Helmet and gloves. Liar's Charm. Jones Puzzle Ring. Tome of Technique. Okay. That could be useful for later on, but it's 21 sovereigns. Oh my god. Rune of Frost Warning. Alright. Olaf's Armory. Marcher Battle Plate. Quiet that. No, we're not going to be able to do that. Breastplate. Helm. Gauntlets. Yeah, this is more warrior and rogue stuff. We can buy a belt, but Okay. And okay, so yeah, none of this is useful. All right.
Someplace to spend your coin?
So we're missing that belt. Okay. Well, let's see here. If we go this, I wonder what this. Oh, Sebastian. Okay. Yeah, let's pick that up. Might as well.
To the void with this. I can never remember what Mistress wants.
Sebastian, stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
This is murder.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Wow. Let's go check out the Chanter's board. Duty. A grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family in Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity. Prince Sebastian Vale. Price on the head. Bounty, huh? I think we can justify going out of our way to deliver justice to baby killers. Assuming, of course, Sebastian has the money to back it up. Alright. While we're here, let's go ahead and stop in at the Chantry. We can't actually do anything in here, but we can probably get some Codex stuff. Which will give us XPs.
You know, Junior, you're looking at this all wrong.
Whatever it is you're about to say, I'm not interested.
I'm a professional younger brother. Trust me, the center of attention's the worst place to be. When things go wrong, and they always do, that's where all the fingers point. Look at any kingdom in Thedas. You've got people who warm thrones, and people nobody sees who do the real work.
And my sister is a queen in this scenario. Perfect.
Point, missing it. Oh well.
He does that. Andraste, Bride of the Mega. There was once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set upon by the Tevinter Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathous, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped and made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of an Alamari warlord. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Tevinter. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true God did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, and all the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, how lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and how he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side, that she might rule all of creation. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return, to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give Man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband, Mafarath, and told him all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together they rallied the Alamari and marched forth against the mage lords of the Imperium, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself, fire and flood, famine and earthquake. Everywhere they went, Andraste sang to the people of the Maker, and they heard her. The ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were a vast tide washing over the Imperium, and when Mafarath saw the people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew in his heart, gnawing upon it. Hi, Floof, how you doing? At last, the armies of Andraste and Mafarath stood before the very gates of Minrathous, but Andraste was not with them, for Mafarath has schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to Tevinter. For this the Archon would give Mafarath all the lands to the south of the Waking Sea, like Ferelden and Orlais. And so, before the armies of the Alamari and of Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned, while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing, for his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste and drew his sword, and granted her the mercy of a quick death. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mafarath, and cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him. And Our Lady still sits at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. From the Sermons of Justinia II.
Those children. The orphan Fereldans ran off again after we fed them. I wish they'd let us help them.
Hey, Starscream, welcome to stream. Thank you for the 3-watch streak. Parvolan, the occupied north. In the 30th year of the Steel Age, the first Canary ships were sighted off the coast of Parvolan in the far north, marking the beginning of a new age of warfare. History calls this the first Canary War, but it was a mostly one-sided bloodbath, with the Canary advancing far into the mainland. Canary warriors in glittering steel armor carved through armies with ease. Their cannons, the likes of which our ancestors had never seen, reduced the city walls to rubble in a matter of seconds. Holy crap, Floof. You have a 155 stream streak? Wow, that's impressive. Stories of Canary occupation vary greatly. It is said that they dismantled families and sent captives to, quote, learning camps for indoctrination into their religion. Those who refused to cooperate disappeared into the mines or construction camps. For every tale of suffering, however, there is another of enlightenment deriving from something called the Qun. This is either a philosophical code or a written text that governs all aspects of Canary life. Perhaps both. One converted Saharan reported pity for those who refused to embrace the Qun, as if the conquerors had led him to a sort of self-discovery. For all my life, I followed the Maker wherever his path led me, he wrote. But in the Qun, I have found the means to travel my own path. It has been said that the most complete way to wipe out a people is not with blades, but with books. Thankfully, a world that repelled 4 blights would not easily bow to a foreign aggressor. And so, the exalted marches began. The greatest advantage of the Chantry-led forces was the Circle of Magi. For all their technology, the Canary appeared to harbor a great hatred for magic. Kind of like the Chantry. Faced with cannons, the Chantry responded with lightning and balls of fire. The Canary armies lacked the sheer numbers of humanity. So many were slain at Marna's Pell, on both sides, that the Vale is said to be permanently sundered, the ruins still plagued by restless corpses. But each year the Chantry pushed further and further into Canary lines, although local converts to the Qun proved difficult to return to Andraste's teachings. By the end of the Storm Age, the Canary were truly pushed back. Rivain was the only human land that retained the Canary religion after being freed, and its rulers attempted to barter a peace. Most human lands signed the Lorium Accord, accepting the Tevinter Imperium. It is a shaky peace that has lasted to this day. From the Exalted Marches, an examination of the Chantry warfare by Sister Patrine, Chantry scholar. So the Exalted Marches are the Dragon Age equivalent of the Crusades, holy wars, which have varying degrees of success and justification. Kind of like the actual Crusades. Alright. The Sermons of Divine Renata. The weakness of mortal will is the great failing of all the Maker's children. We trade honor as if it were the cheapest of currency. We do not understand what integrity is, or what it is truly worth. From this, original sin was born. At some time, each of us has thought, what does it matter if I keep hold of my integrity? I am but one mortal. I am powerless. How blind we all are. The virtue of a single slave destroyed the Tevinter Imperium. The dishonor of one man drove the Maker from our sight. I tell you truly, nothing but integrity of our hearts will win the love of the Maker back to us. It is all the power we shall ever possess to change this world for good or for ill. From a sermon on integrity. The Maker. There is no word for heaven or earth, or for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And he made it his firstborn. And then he said to them, in my image I forge you. To you I give dominion over all that exists. By your will may all things be done. Okay, it's just the creation story. Hello, Astrid. Welcome to stream. Alright, we got some good XPs from here. Let's check up here. Locks of a Golden Fool. Quest updated. Side quest. A satirical tome about a deluded brother of the Chantry who sought peace between the elves and humans. A condemnation of fanatics of both races is favored by radical elves choosing to live in Darktown. Okay, so we'll probably find someone to sell it to in Darktown. Good to know.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there.
Okay, world map. To change map, select Kirkwall Knight or the Free Marches. Okay. So we have to access Galen's house by Lowtown. Same with the Hangman. There's the docks, Hightown, we're at the Chantry. The Viscount's Keep can only be accessed through Hightown, at least at first. At night, we can get, okay, and here we've got something in the Wounded Coast, Duty, as well as the Sundermount. But let's keep Kirkwall in the day, and we'll head back to Hightown. Okay, so that goes, I think, to Lowtown, and I think that goes to the docks. I think this goes to Viscount. Oh, wait, there's a merchant there. Bodan's Provisions.
Have you seen a dog? Small.
Hightown.
To the void with this. I can never...
At the height of the Deventer Imperium slave trade, Kirkwall's elite prospered beyond dreams of avarice. Hightown was built for the wealthiest slavers, its glitzy mansions rising atop a great wall of rock that borders, on one side, the waking sea. Lowtown cowered on its other side until Kirkwall's slaves rose to plunder and destroy Hightown's riches. Today, Hightown's prominent buildings are the Keep, home to the ruling Viscount, and the Chantry, home to the Grand Cleric, and the city's religious center. Both are converted estates that once housed wealthy magisters, rebuilt and converted after the uprising. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Okay, we will head to the Viscount's Keep later. That's the Bloomin' Rose. Okay. Let's see here. Bartrand is over there. Let's talk with Bodan.
Bodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandal. Hello. We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
Sorry about that. I thought my nose was bleeding for a second. But turns out it's not. Just runny. Alright. I'm all a tremble.
The thought of adventure does make me giddy.
A kindred soul, surely. But I digress. you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Just so.
Investigate. His son is an enchanter.
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill, but my boy is a natural, a savant beyond compare.
I like enchantment.
And he enjoys his work. What more could one ask?
Alright, well, let's investigate. How did you end up here?
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this sort of expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never captured a tried and true rose. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
You knew the hero for Eldon.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course. I hear that the hero is married to the king now. Fancy that. A Grey Warden queen. But surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
Let's see what your son can do.
Enchantment!
Hi, Sandal. Alright. We don't have any runes. Okay. Well, darn it. Okay, we can get enchanted staff, 9 physical damage, requires 50 magic, or corrupted staff, 9 cold damage. We'll just keep what we got.
Be careful if you're going into the Rose. It's a favorite hangout of crime bosses and tax collectors.
We don't need to go to the Rose just yet. Alright. Let's go to the docks. Alright. So this is where the Canary live.
I kind of like the Canary. You always know what they want. Absolutely nothing.
I get one more lesion bitching about cheese in the warehouse.
Okay, there's something down there.
Maker, turn his gaze on you, child.
The Maker guides my hand.
Alright, we will take all that stuff.
The alienate is overcrowded. Someone should do something about it.
Step it up, shit for shakes. Got elves working harder than you.
Ferelden, ain't you? Let me get back to work.
Ferelden's taking my work, not a chance.
Yeah, the locals aren't exactly thrilled that Fereldans are here. Alright. We got a longbow, but we don't really have anyone that can use it at the moment. Oh, that'll change once we finally are able to recruit Sebastian in Act 2.
You look like a single
Okay, so there's
Yes.
a Haramont.
Good day to you.
We'll deal with that later. Once we actually get a 4th companion. Or a 4th party member.
Back on you. Can you lift? And are you cheap?
Yes and no. So piss off.
Hate solid ground.
Well, Gamlen's place is starting to seem nice.
I'll take that. Shady merchant.
Just don't ask where anything came from.
You got it. Etch staff, spirit damage. No, it's too much for what little treasure we've got. A badly copied leaflet. Okay. Take back all streets! Ferelden refugees, Canary soldiers. Who next? Teventus slavers snatching children out of their beds. This ends now. Send a message that Kirkwallers will not accept this. We must band together to drive foreign waste from our doorstep. Reclaim the free marchers for the marchers. If you care about our future, join the Friends of Kirkwall, reclaim our city. Okay.
I think the Canary is spying on us.
The alienage is dirty, crowded, and full of awful elven diseases.
Okay, Lowtown. Alright, so in Lowtown, this is, I think, the alienage. Got an armor merchant here, Foundry District. The Hangman's here. Central District, we got Gamlen's house. Lady Elegant. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to head this way, go around, then go to the alienage, and then come back. Kirkwall Shield. Nope. Well, let's sell junk. Rebel.
Can't imagine slaving in here.
The chantry is open to all.
A market I can afford, and I don't want a blood.
Okay, notch sword. Yeah, let's just go ahead and sell that. Sell that. Sell that.
You think?
From the highest heights of Mount Damarus is travel. A pouch of
Okay, so we do have an amulet. It's the same thing. Okay. Move to junk.
verified by the scholar Genitivi. These ashes cure any ailment.
Lady Elegant.
My. If it isn't Hawke. Still up to old tricks, Elegant? Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Athenral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
No complaints.
Could be better. Could be worse. I often feel the same way. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Athenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Alright, elf fruit potions.
If you have a plan, get...
Okay. Elf fruit. This cured potion heals both temporary and lasting wounds. Health regen 80%. Minus 1 injury. Okay. Well, we don't have the ability to do that because we still need elf fruit. Okay. Okay, so I can get a great sword, Ferelden great sword, which is worse. What does Carver have equipped? Eh. Oh. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Sell all junk. Light element. Okay. Lowtown. Lowtown sits in a massive cauldron-shaped pit that was once Kirkwall's first quarry. The district was constructed by slaves who carved the city and its harbor out of the rock. Today, Lowtown is a labyrinth of shantytowns, corridors, and hexagonal courtyards. Hexes in local parlance. Lowtown's poorest live in caves hewn out of the cliff face. The district is shoddily built and bears the scars by collapsing walls. Foundry smoke smothers the area. Only a cold winter storm clears the air, but the icy wind howling over the mouths of the old mine shafts hardly counts as relief. Occasionally, these dark town shafts erupt with gouts of foul air known as choke damp. It's not uncommon to find whole slums silently suffocated, frozen in the midst of everyday activity.
That's enough. Clear out, you charlatans. Every coin those swindlers nab goes straight to the Carter's coffers. They must be stopped.
The Carta. The castless dwarves of Orzammar have a few prospects. Consigned to live in the crumbling ruin on the social and economic fringes of the mighty dwarven capital. Most resort to begging, prostitution, or crime. Just as all rivers eventually join the sea, all castless who turn to crime eventually become part of the Carta. The hero of Ferelden decimated the ranks of this ancient gang while rallying the dwarves to join in battle against the archdemon Urthemiel. Unable to recover the power they once had in Orzammar, they turned their attention topside, using groups of surface-dwelling dwarves to smuggle weapons, lyrium, surface luxuries, people, and other goods between Orzammar and the human lands. Despite the flow of business, its members are still desperate and violent. With no strong leader to rein in their excesses, they have little sense of dwarven honor, and freely break their word, double-cross allies, and renege on deals. From the Stone and Her Children, Dwarves of the Dragon Age, by Brother Genetivi. Alright, so we've done that one. The coterie. Kirkwall is built on a solid foundation of greed and human suffering, and its underworld is a place where everything is for sale and everyone is fair game. There are many criminal empires within the city, some of which have been around since the Imperium, and use Kirkwall as a hub in the slave trade. Alliances, spying manipulation, betrayal, and open warfare is all commonplace in the never-ending struggle for power. The Coterie is a thieves' guild that has been around for almost a century, but until recently was never a major player in the underworld. Some 20 years ago, the strongest of the local and criminal empires was an ancient guild known as the Sabrathan, but its leader was betrayed from within, and during the turmoil, the Coterie made a successful grab for power. Since then, they've sunk their claws into almost every level of Kirkwall, including the City Guard, the Dwarven's Merchant Guild, and some of the most influential citizens in the city. It's safe to say that the Coterie gets a slice of every pie, and very little goes on in Kirkwall that escapes their notice. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. The Hero Ferelden. The Hero Ferelden was the younger daughter of Bryce Cousland, Terran of Highever. When Arl Rindenhau's forces attacked Castle Cousland and murdered most of the Cousland family, the hero Carolina escaped to safety with the Grey Warden commander Duncan, who then recruited her into the Order. The hero fought and killed the Archdemon and lived to tell the tale. The Archdemon gone, the Darkspawn rings broke, and the Horde was easily routed. After the ending the Blight, Carolina took up the mantle of Warden Commander and began the task of rebuilding the Order in Ferelden. After ending the Blight, Carolina was wed to King Alistair and crowned Queen of Ferelden. She and the king now rule the country together. And then we'll talk about Cammie. The daughter of Malcolm Hawke and Leandra Mel, Cammie has lived in many places throughout Ferelden. Her father was a mage, and his gifts were passed on to both Cammie and Bethany, Malcolm's younger daughter. Malcolm refused to submit himself to Chantry rule. He kept his abilities a secret and taught his daughters to do the same. Therefore, the family was constantly on the move to avoid Templar hunters. 10 years ago, the family settled in a village of Lothering, building a home on the outskirts, making a life there where they wouldn't forever be on the run. Though Leandra worried constantly that the Templars would one day catch up with them, Malcolm's teachings were sufficient to keep them safe. He died 3 years ago, leaving Cammie responsible for the welfare of her mother and younger siblings. When the Blight began, Carver enlisted in the King Kaelin's regiment, saying the horde spilling from the Kokori wilds meant their home would be quickly overrun if the Darkspawn were not defeated immediately. Cammie remained in Lothering to safeguard the family. Carver appeared on their doorstep almost a month later, exhausted and injured. King Kaelin had been betrayed and slain at Ostagar, and the horde was advancing on Lothering. Though Cammie and the others were making plans to leave, they fled their home before fully prepared, and it may still be too late. All right. We'll go to the apparel shop, and we'll see if we can head to Darktown. If we can't, I'm not going to worry too much. God damn it, that'd be great, but I can't even wield it because I don't have enough magic.
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labor.
We don't need to go there yet. Okay, we can't actually go to Darktown yet. Fair enough. Alright, let's go check out the alienage. Where an important person in Cammie's future, at least personal future, will eventually be living.
refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it? Don't say I didn't.
Alright, well. Miracle Makers. Turn sergeant. Cool. We got a belt. Physical damage. Not that I can actually do physical damage, but, you know, whatever. And that is a rogue thing, so we're just gonna move to junk. Because I can't give companions armor! There ain't no way I'm gonna be able to wear it.
Maybe later, darling.
Hey, Sergeant.
Those charlatans won't be bothering anyone again. Did you say something? I didn't hear you. And clumsy me. I seem to have dropped a coin purse in your hand.
So clumsy. Well, I think you best get back to the barracks before your clumsiness causes you to drop some other things. Good day.
Good day, citizen.
Excuse me. Alright. Hello, Forest. That was best. Oh, that was supposed to be plausible deniability, yeah. We kind of did something for the guards that technically we weren't supposed to. So they're just gonna brush it under the rug. And, oh no! I accidentally dropped money on the ground. But my armor prevents me from bending over to pick it up. Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to leave. Sort of thing. Well, welcome to Strim. Alright. There we go. The Elven Alienage. Lowtown is home to a squalid Elven Alienage. Here, like in most Thedas alienages, elves are packed into a tiny rundown apartments and effectively segregated from the human population. Kirkwall's alienage is even more dilapidated than the rest of Lowtown, but the elves go to great lengths keeping the place looking bright and festive. The Vendhadal, Tree of the People, standing in the middle of the alienage is a symbol for elven pride and shared cultural identity, and it is lovingly cared for. It's difficult to say if the elves would continue confining themselves to the alienage if they are given the chance to mingle. They may not admit it, but some feel that living among their kind is far better than living with humans, no matter how terrible alienage life may be. Which may or may not be the truth. I don't know. Hopefully, at least one of the elves that we'll eventually meet will find living with a particular human is better than living in the alienage. Anyway, there have always been alienages. They have been around for as long as elves and shems have lived the same lands. Ours isn't even the worst. They say that Val Ryo has 10,000 elves living in a space no bigger than Denram's Market. Their walls are supposedly so high that daylight doesn't reach the Venedal until midday. But don't be so anxious to start tearing down the walls and picking fights with the guards. They keep out more than they keep in. We don't have to live here, you know. Sometimes a family gets a good break and they buy a house in the docks or the outskirts of town. If they're lucky, they come back to the alienage after the looters have burned their house down. The unlucky ones just go to the pauper's field. Here, we're among family. We look out for each other. Here, we do what we can to remember the old ways. The flat earthers who have gone out there, they're stuck. They'll never be human, and when they've gone and thrown away being elven too. So where does that leave them? Nowhere. Sarathitha, Haren of the High-Ever alienage. High-Ever? That's the Kuslan land. And yeah, I do think that the High-Ever alienage is one of the better ones. Because, you know, the Kuslans are largely benevolent. At least I played Carolina like that. All right. And here we are. Home. Not so sweet home.
Hard to believe they left me nothing.
Well, Mother was pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden.
Okay. Companions. Birthright. This is for Carver. Speak with Mother about her argument with Gamlin.
I'm still their daughter, their eldest.
Letter from Athenril. Hawke, your year's up and you're free to go. Despite what you think, we had a good thing working together. I might pass along an opportunity or two if you're willing to get your hands dirty. Stay safe. Athenril. Duty. To whomever elects to participate in the charitable deed of assisting the Vale family of Starkhaven. His most worthy highness, Prince Sebastian Vale, has provided instructions for anyone brave and noble enough to attempt eradication of the rabble who dared attack his family. 3 groups of Flint Company mercenaries have been sighted in the Kirkwall vicinity. One group makes camp not far from the Elves of Sundermount mountain range. The second has been seeking information on the docks after nightfall. The third is far from the main road off the Wounded Coast. They are believed to have a small campsite well past any known landmarks. A princely award awaits whoever finds and defeats these rogues. May the Maker guide you, Chanter Teletha. On the Black Emporium. Greetings! You know not who I am, but I have heard of you. I understand you might need items from my collection, as well as the means to obtain them. I do not extend this invitation to anyone, but you are not simply anyone, are you? Consider this an invitation to the Black Emporium. Enclosed are directions through the passages underneath the city, as is the charm to enter. If you give the charm to another, its permission will be immediately revoked, and the consequences will be unpleasant. Adieu, Xenon. All right.
One scrubbing brush, never used.
And in here, we have DLC stuff. Apostate's Legacy. Malcolm's Honor. It's a spirit staff. +9 to all attributes. Or +2 to all attributes. Fugitive's Mantle. Malcolm's Bequest. Fugitive's Crown. Fugitive's Gauntlets. Black Silk. And the Inner Eye. We'll take all. Let's go ahead and equip Malcolm's Honor. And we'll go ahead and equip the Fugitive's Mantle. Actually, that looks pretty cool. Okay. Cardinal Rules of Magic. Whatever. Edelon's Heirlooms. Freedom's Promise. Proves a level up. Fire damage. Rubs the Pretender. Okay, well, we'll take all those. I like the fire damage. But this one gives +2 to all attributes, so we're going to keep that. Okay. Armor. Robes of the Pretender. Actually, I like those better. Alright. Black Sheep Cache. Alright, they will take. Okay, so gonna make that move to junk. Okay, let's drop off some stuff we're not going to need, such as Rogue, that's Mage, Rogue, Mage, Rogue, Rogue, All right. Royal Collection. Okay. Do that, do that. Do that. 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 Okay. Go ahead and stash the higher level mage stuff. All right. All right, now for the warrior stuff. Take all. The dogs of war. Shield, two-handed. All right. Okay. We're gonna do that. Great sword. Do that. That will go to Carver. Do that. Encourage. Okay. All right. All right. Let's go. We'll come back to Birthright. Let me just see here. Companion quest. I want to see if I get approval stuff. With anyone else? No. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So I just need a 4th for that one. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk.
My children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
This isn't a dream.
You mean this is real? No wonder I can't wake up.
And here I thought that Ferelden you ran off with was a mage, not a jester. Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Lancey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
Did Grandfather mention Mother in his will at all?
Our father died when you were still in pinafores, girl. You can hardly expect me to remember.
Oh, of course not. Why should you do something reasonable?
I know the Amels were nobility, Mother, but not much else. Why don't you ever talk about them?
The Amels have been a noble family in Kirkwall since Garahel drove out the Fourth Blight. But we've always carried magic in our blood. It's been a stain on our lineage. No family of good standing would ever marry into a line with magic. When I chose your father, I was bringing more magic into our line, not less. I think that's what hurt my parents the most.
All right, well, Why are you so defensive?
That touched a nerve. What's in there that you don't want us to see?
Nothing. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
What daft bastard leaves that behind?
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
Right. Okay, well, let's talk with Carver.
Maker, what a mess. I want to make things better for Mother. But some of what Gamlen says, I'm having a hard time hating him. Playing caretaker for someone else's life. Stuck in their shadow. That's no way to live.
And there it is.
Look, if you want to join the fight over who lost the most, fine. But I never lived here. Mother even gave me her old key to try and stir something. But I didn't know Grandfather. Finding his will doesn't matter to me.
This is the advantage we need.
We're scraping to bribe Bartrand, and you don't think having an estate would help?
Sure it would, but it won't be free. How much unwanted attention will warring with slavers get us?
What have you heard?
Uncle's a chatty drunk. He was up to his neck and signed everything over. That's who has the estate. Apparently, the most extensive wine cellar in Kirkwall is now a slave highway from the Undercity. That's the family legacy.
Well, no one will miss slavers.
I don't know about you, but that makes me a little angry.
We agree at last.
So, forgetting everything else, what would you do with slavers?
Only one thing their kind deserves.
We agree at last.
All right, sister. If the key works, we'll clear the estate from the Undercity up.
Please.
I don't know if this will help, but I do feel like hitting someone.
All right. Let's go ahead and leave the house. All right, we'll go back to Lowtown. Because we're going to talk with Varric and the Hanged Man. But first, I'm going to equip them with things. Varric. Have the Eye of the Bearded Dragon. And the Refined Gentleman's Sash. There you go. Yes. And Carver. Fuck. You don't get shit. At least weapon-wise. But you can't have the copper-bladed star. And the Recruit's Band of Distinguished Service. There you go. Okay, so he's level 4. Alright. Fine. I'll take it. Actually, no, wait.
He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
Wanna play?
Come on. Let's play Fetch the Invisible Ball.
He just needs to get out more. Don't you, boy?
Gamlen might miss him.
But if he's with us, who'd keep Gamlen's debt collectors away?
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlen, honestly, a Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with Dog? Real easy to remember.
Forgot, he's not Ferelden, so he hates our dogs. His name is gonna be Kirk. I accidentally hit caps lock. I don't know why. Okay. Alright, Carver. Here you go. Blade of the Archon. That's your new thing. The Hanged Man. Alright. Nowhere in my travels, not in the heart of the Imperium nor the streets of Orzammar, have I felt so much an outsider as in Ravain. The chant of light never truly reached the ears of these people. The years they spent in the thumb of the Canary left most of the country zealous followers of the Qun. But resistance to the chant goes deeper than the Canary War. The Ravaini refuse to be parted from their seers, wise women who are in fact hedge mages, communicating with spirits and actually allowing themselves to become possessed. The chanter prohibition against such magical practices violates millennia of local tradition. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chanter Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Alright, let's see. Oh. So it's just a way to waste money. It doesn't really do anything. Okay, fine. Alright, Varric, let's talk.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
Do we have a bad entrance?
Any entrance would do, wouldn't it? Well, unless a dragon's sitting in it, I suppose.
We need an entrance that's close to our destination, but isn't already plundered or filled with darkspawn. Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
I can be so sure.
Why would a Grey Warden know that?
The Wardens don't just fight darkspawn. They forge into the deep roads all the time. And if he doesn't know, he might be able to point us to those who do.
And if he knows nothing?
Are there any other options?
None at the moment. Bartrand had an entrance lined up, but it was a bust. I'll keep looking, but if we don't find something, we'll have a fancy expedition with nowhere to go.
Fine, let's do it your way.
Sounds like you have it all planned out, Varric.
And that, Messer, is why I'm here. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
Yay, more Varric friendship. So we have our Grey Warden's recruitment quest available. History of Kirkwall, Chapter 1. That's the long one. I don't care. Ooh. A shawl of that. Blooming Rose. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Ring. I don't have a ring. More fire damage. I like that. I should probably put some of this back, but whatever. Alright, now we can head back up to Hightown.
What's your issue now?
Head to the Viscount's Keep.
Varric,
Carver.
still think you're helping while bearing us in debt to your brother?
Still riding side saddle while bitching at your betters?
Drinks later.
Never miss them.
Oh, they actually do care.
I hope it doesn't rain.
Alright, welcome to the Viscount's Keep. This is where the Viscount's office is. I'm not sure we can get... Oh, we can. Okay, cool.
Good day, sir.
Lorem Accords. What are you doing in here?
I don't think I can do that.
Varric.
That's not really my thing.
God damn it. And that in the Lowtown Bazaar. Okay. The Enigma of Kirkwall.
That corner looks dusty. How embarrassing.
This goes into the throne room, which I'm surprised that I'm allowed to go into.
You're part of the Amell family, aren't you? I had a report come in recently concerning your uncle. He's a colorful chap, to say the least.
Oh yeah, he's very colorful.
How much longer do I have to wait?
The Viscount must be terribly busy.
Kirkwall
day is
City
treated
Guard.
Another place that wouldn't have me. Let's just go.
Jeez, Carver, what is your deal?
I love doing that.
Fine day, Sarah.
Study the Fifth Blight, Volume 1. While some of my contemporaries dispute whether the Fifth Blight was a true blight or merely a large darkspawn resurgence, historians agree that it began in the swamps of the Kokori Wilds on the southeastern border of Ferelden in the year 930 Dragon. King Kaelin Theron was swift in responding to the threat, gathering the royal army, every Grey Warden in his country, and sending a call for aid of the Ferelden nobility. The assembled armies laid a trap in the ruins of Ostagar, hoping to crush the force before it reached civilization. But they failed. Darkspawn overran the defenders of Ostagar and decimated the king and his army. They continued their advance into Ferelden unopposed. Only 2 Grey Wardens managed to escape the slaughter, and somehow they came into possession of ancient treaties, which compelled the races of men to join arms against the massing horde. Now, the reason why most non-Ferelden historians debate whether or not the 5th Blight is an actual blight is because normally blights tend to expand multinationally. The 5th Blight was unique in the fact that it was nipped in the bud very quickly. All by Ferelden's self. Well, Ferelden and Orzammar and the Dalish clan that was in Ferelden at the time, and the Ferelden Circle Mages. But the 5th Blight didn't actually get very far and didn't last very long, which is why people who weren't in Ferelden at the time don't believe it was a true blight, because true blights at the time were extremely they were a global impact, whereas the 5th Blight was regional, all thanks to the efforts of Carolina and Alistair. All right, Aveline, what's up?
Aveline.
Hello, Hawke.
That's it.
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bartrand. He's a son of a bitch.
You're spying on me again.
You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends. The places they have me patrolling, I've got time.
So, Aveline is watching us not because she's wanting to make sure we don't cause trouble. She's watching us because you'll find out one of her big character motivations is protect. She couldn't protect her husband, Sir Wesley, so she's gonna be damn sure she's gonna protect anyone else she cares about.
A person in your position seems like they might learn some profitable things.
You know better than to ask that.
One day you'll be frustrated enough to go for it.
It's like I'm sitting on my hands. There are dangerous people in this city. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
Are you happy here?
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has been a challenge. Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
It's been a year settling in. Are you all right?
You don't need to coddle me. I am where I am.
It is, and she probably should see a therapist. Problem is they don't exist in Kirkwall. Oh yeah, the Kirkwall guard armor is very impressive looking. It does have a dragon on it.
This must be a very different pace from serving King Kalen.
I love that life, but there's a new king for a new Ferelden. Seems cocksure, but I guess he was there when the Archdemon fell.
Can't fault an active hand. It's just one more change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. What about you, Carver? You were there. Do you feel something similar?
No.
All right, then. Bit of a tit, your brother.
But I get the feeling that Aveline approves of the new ruling couple of Ferelden. She may raise her eye at the Queen of Ferelden's kleptomania, but both Carolina and Alistair are good, benevolent rulers in the end, and they do go on to lead Ferelden in a more or less golden age. You know, at least until Inquisition.
The Blight is over. You could go back to Lothering.
That wasn't home for me. It was just where the Horde pressed us. It wasn't the first village I saw fall. But you don't get used to people losing everything.
It's not how I wanted to say goodbye. I'll say that.
You can't go home again. That's supposed to be about maturity. It's not the same if you don't have the option.
Alright, what's the job?
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing?
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
Do you have a name or anything else to go on?
Not important. If we show up and they attack, they're bad. Simple as that. I'll wager it's
I
not
like
though.
that rule of
Like I said,
engagement.
seems like an obvious trap for a caravan.
If they show up and attack us, they're bad guys. Fair enough.
You've been nosing around outside your commission.
I have contacts, and they're complaining about a lack of meat. Thugs and such. Someone is hiring. And one or two were told to prepare for travelers. You want to be good at this job? You pay attention to what's missing, and when people arrange escape routes.
Alright.
Seems like you'd want to share this with your fellow guards.
I will, if you sit on your hands. I'll send my alerts, and someone else will lead a patrol. But there's profit and influence to be had. You're my friend, so I'm offering.
And you can hire civilians.
I'm no guard, Aveline.
There's only so many of us. Temporary recruits are expected
We are
time
well
to time.
marked and well
As long
armed.
as they're
If you
competent.
poke the bear, be prepared to be
You
mauled
still
in
claim
this
to be
engagement.
competent, right?
Ah, yeah. In modern terms, that's fuck around and find out.
All right, Aveline. I'll play guard for you.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there.
Fair enough.
You're acting on behalf of the guard.
Messiah, please stop kicking the wall.
Alright. So, Aveline, we're leading toward the friend side.
The guard will throw you out if you kick that.
Okay, Aveline. For weapons, we're going to give her courage. Ugh. Okay. Edge of the night. Let's do that. We'll get the other shield, see how that one looks. Okay, the Guardians weighted backhander, and the Chevaliers banded pride. There we go. Okay.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
Good day, Sir.
We're gonna head back to Gamlen's house.
So, someone dropped off a message for you. It's on...
Bait and switch. Hawke, you might be interested in something that's come up. A contact of mine, a fellow named by the name of Anso, is asking around for someone competent regarding a job, and I suggested you. He's always paid well, so if I were you, I'd check into it before someone else snaps it up. He said it'll be in the Lowtown Bazaar at night, Athenril. This is another recruitment quest. We'll do it in a bit.
Not before he gave it a shake to see if there were coins inside.
Okay, let's...
Gamlen.
Pack storage. Okay, so... Dogs of War. Oh, wait, no. Go there. I'll store that. I'm not going to sell the shield. But I will sell this, though. Okay, let's see, Whelm's Bulwark. Let's pull that out. Okay. Got to drop these off. Because I remember lots of things. Not. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Junk. Junk. All right, so we'll head to Lowtown. Drop off the thing, then we'll go to Darktown. Because we'll do Birthright today. That looks better. Okay.
I can't make you a guard carver.
We were both soldiers. Why won't they take me?
I was an officer. And I follow orders.
No, you don't.
I also think of others before myself. You seem tired of that, and that's dangerous.
Just when it's not my choice. You told them not to take me, didn't you?
Yes.
Wait, oh, shit. Fucking hell. I really hope I didn't just screw myself out of something.
Something of yours.
Oh, hey.
This was lost to us.
Didn't.
Like so many other
Thank God.
things.
Okay. Let's head to Darktown. Hightown for the shawl thing.
A Ferelden in the guard. What will they think of next?
You have a problem with that?
Me? My family's not native either. I'm just surprised. A lot of old prejudice in the guard.
I'll give them plenty of reason to change their minds.
You know, it's possible they're just scared shitless of you. That's my theory, anyway.
Bloomin' Rose. Okay, here we go.
And here we are in the brothel. My day is complete.
Let's not stay here for long.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
There you go.
I heard you lost something. This it? I had never thought to see this again. And wait, thank you.
Many thanks, Madam C.
And your fells.
He didn't really ask you to wear a feather boa.
All Asians, darling. You get used to it.
I'm just seeing if there's any chests I can grab. Nope, okay. Fine.
Varric, do you do anything?
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
Okay, we'll head back to Hightown. Now we'll head to Darktown. Tranquility. All right.
Let's do this!
Nicely done.
Well, that worked.
Don't like Darktown?
Okay.
Freedom.
Grab that. Darktown. Darktown was once a mine controlled by the Deventer Imperium. Once exhausted, the mine shafts were extended under the city to dispose of sewage from Kirkwall's overcrowded population of slaves. Unsurprisingly, the tunnels became a refuge for those fleeing captivity. A similar trend continues today. The Undercity, as some call it, is home to the diseased, the insane, to criminals, and even the dead. Unwanted corpses are often discarded here by murderers and lazy undertakers. Darktown slums makes Lowtown look pleasant in comparison. The foul miasma known as choke damp clogs and swells in every corner of Darktown, creating a poisonous mist. Its sewers are a dangerous place. The walls are damp, slick, and coated with phosphorant lichen. The sewer is a maze, and one foolish enough to enter is not likely to be heard from again. Okay, this will only open after we find somebody, and that's to the state cellar. So we'll head there in a bit. there's other things we can get here.
Rule of thumb. If the criminal runs to the sewers, he's...
That's for later. Okay.
Tom, why?
Huh? Oh, Hawke. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenra. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the deep roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
It's a living.
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Athenril's scarce these days. And the coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Alright, poisons and grenades. Debilitating poison needs deep mushrooms. Okay.
So, what do you do, Aveline?
You know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
You have done a great
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Alright, let's
Well, this looks like
go here. Hey Ross, welcome to stream. Alright, we're about to reclaim our family's will. And our old house. Okay. Take that. Take that. Streak. How did you lose your streak? Oh, you weren't there for the bonus stream, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how Twitch's stream streak thing works.
I love it when a plan works out.
Alright, we leveled up. Ooh, rumors. Wayward Sun. Varic sources say there's a number of Templar raids. Hell no, 10. Okay. Act of Mercy. Okay. Enemies among us. Okay. Black Powder Promise. And Shepherding Wolves. Interesting. Okay. Alright, attributes. We're gonna put that into magic. And then willpower for more mana. Confirm. Specializations. We have access. We don't have specialization points yet. However, I'll briefly go over what the specializations are. There's Force Mage. Force mages are a fearsome sight on the battlefield, bending the laws of nature to crush, toss, and debilitate their foes. Kirkwall's Circle houses a higher than usual percentage of mages who excel at this specialization, and their combined research has refined the school considerably. Force Mage must be purchased using level 7 and 14. This is when we get the specialization points. So we can get 2. And the stuff we can get Fist of the Maker, which is force damage, slamming into the ground. Armored, it's armor penetrating. Telekinetic Burst is basically force push. Gravatic Ring is slow, essentially. We also have Unshakable, which increases fortitude. And Pull the Abyss. It's kind of like a singularity sort of thing. Then we have Spirit Healer. This few mages are watched more closely by the Templars than Spirit Healers. For all the good they do, their consorting with any denizen of the demon-infested Fade is only a matter of intense suspicion. Still, the benefits outweigh the risks, if only just. Spirit Healer, we also gain plus 25 mana. We can have Healing Aura, which is a sustain mode, which we can't cast any offensive spells. So that's not great. But we can have passive health regen. Group heal. Just straight up 30% heal for all party members. Vitality, we get plus 10 to con and plus 100 health regen. Revival, I can pick you up if you die. And then second chance. All party members immune to injuries. Yeah, that'll be a thing. Our first specialization is probably going to be Spirit Healer because having Anders will be our primary white mage, but in the times where I can't have him in the party because I need Meryl, having Spirit Healer will be nice. Forest Mage is going to be our primary offense. Will be our second thing. Then we got Blood Mage. Known as Maleficarum, Blood Mages are feared not only for their incredible power of their spells, but also their ability to control minds. Templars hunt Blood Mages relentlessly despite their best efforts. Kirkwall sees more instances of blood magic with each passing year. Some whisper that the Order's relentless hunt has driven good-intentioned apostates to blood magic in their desperation to survive and keep their freedom, which should probably be the case for Hawke Blood Mage. Then we got Blood Magic. We can use Blood Magic. Spellcasting consumes health instead of mana. Immune to conventional healing. Alright, thank you for the lurk, Cross. We got Sacrifice. Blood Mage sucks life force to regain health. Hemorrhage. Spell corrupts the blood of all. Grave Robber. So we can draw life from dead things and dominate. Okay. So yeah, this is a powerful specialization, but in order to use it, you have to um, uh, it's risk and reward. I don't like this sort of things. But now we're gonna let's hear. Okay. Now, Death Siphon might be nice. But we'll go with no. We have the spirit one. Let's do Winter's Grasp. Okay. Let's also summon our dog. Hi, Kirk. The Amel family. It's truly sad what happened to the Amels, isn't it? I still remember grandmother talking about the balls that Lord Aristide used to hold at their estate, and the Antivan violin players and dancers from Asfana. No expense was spared, and no one would dare miss it, lest someone think they weren't worthy of an invitation. Then poor Revka had the child. Magical talent, running in one of Kirkwall's most prominent families. The Templars had considered Lord Aristide to be the Viscount after Threnhold's arrest. Can you imagine the scandal had he been chosen? They whisked the child away to the circle, and the Amels simply had no luck after that. Leandra ran off with a Ferelden mage, and then Damien was accused of smuggling. Poor Lord Faustin almost bankrupted his family trying to get the charges dropped. But I hear Viscount Marlowe simply wanted the Amels out of the picture. And it worked too, didn't it? By the time Lord Faustin got sick, there's only young Gamlin left, and a mountain of debt. I spoke to Dulcie the other day, and apparently Gamlin is now living in some sort of low-town shack. Sounds like the sort of character you'd cross the street to avoid. And let's not even talk about the estate. Mother says we should remember the Amels because that sort of thing could happen to any of us. You know the old saying, a marcher's fortune rises and falls with the tide. If you ask me, this is just another misfortune that magic brings to honest folk. Andraste helped that poor family, whatever lies in store for them. Excerpt from a letter written by Lady Emile de Montfort.
The Amel crest, I think. Mother described it once. Put that above your door and you better have the ties to back it up. Otherwise you just look old.
Tauber's documents, okay.
I'm here, right behind you.
Family history. Mage Tauber's is still alive. He might be in the gallows. Okay. Ah, man. And then you leveled up. Okay, attributes. We're going to get that strength up to 20, and then up the con. Confirm. Okay, so That is a Mabari, a Ferelden hunting hound. So we'll do turn the blade. Whatever I tell it to. Oh shit. Carver leveled up. Okay. We're going to up your con and your willpower and your dex. For you, we're going to do Scythe. Okay.
Someone's left a surprise here for us.
I knew I should have slit his throat.
Oh, fuck.
Now you fall!
You'll have to be faster than that.
Let's finish this!
Master Slaver. Well, okay. Imperial Bloodhelm. Helm. Well. Can't use it. History of the Circle. We'll grab that. Varric.
We're good to go.
Mask of the Imperium. Nope. Okay. Okie dokie. So, I guess we head up this way. To the vault door.
That has to be the vault. If there's anything to learn about the family, that's where it is.
Take those. And we'll take those.
So this is it. Grandfather's will. Let's just take it back to Mother and be done with it.
Alright, yeah, let's go back.
I don't think there's any point in delaying the news.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
You should be paying us, Uncle. We found the will.
Grandfather left everything to Mother and us. I guess he had some sense after all. See for yourself. I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Forest, Mabari, they're not meant to be hunting animals. They're war dogs. They're meant to be hunting people.
left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlen, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
Statue Wars. Did you even wait 1 minute?
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make a willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Yeah. All right, we completed Birthright. Let's talk with Carver.
Hello, Lord Carver.
We're still a long way from cowing Templars with our titles, sister.
You gotta just be happy for Mother.
You could slap on a smile for a few days. For her sake.
She's not interested in what I think. She wants to provide for us, and you're making sure it happens. And when we're done, I don't know, I guess we'll sit around thinking about how great we used to be. Mother didn't even want that life back until we got dumped here. And you only care because we're under Templar scrutiny.
No one's holding you back.
The second child act is getting pretty stale, brother.
Try it from this side. Always running after you, or taking care of Mother while you mark your territory.
That's enough, Carver.
Even back home, what could I be? The lone blade in a house of mages. If I excelled, it brought too much attention. That was a waste, eh? Could have found my fortune if Bethany was going to die on your watch anyway.
You will not use her against me like that. She deserves better.
Then you should have given better.
I will fireball you.
Everything. Question me, Mother, yourself, but not that. Well, good talk.
Sister. I feel... I don't know. It's like Mother taking everything out on us. She was just scared. I don't have a place in the life she is trying to bring back. I'm here if you need me. But I must find my own way.
Again, nothing is stopping you. Okay, well, we are getting... I don't think we'll start another mainline quest, but I think we have enough time to do... oh, hold on. Writing desk. The Bone Pit. Hawke, I got a lead for you. A merchant I acquired goods for told me that workers had gone missing from his Bone Pit mining operation. He mentioned that the missing miners were Ferelden, which made me think of you. If you're interested, go hit up Hubert in the Hightown Market, Ethenril. Okay, that's... Can you explain the pet? Or can you pet the doggo? We can play with the doggo.
I'll let you sleep.
Alright, well, he's napping. Alright, let's head back to the docks.
pen some warnings for the lawless.
Who's that for? Are most criminals big readers? Seems like pacifying the nobles.
Pictures, then. It was...
Oh, no. Right.
Well, how about a giant sign?
Okay, attributes. Cunning. So we can have more lock picking. Confirm. Okay. For you, should have hail of arrows.
It just says don't. You could hit people with it.
Thank you. I get the point.
Remember that thing with Paramount? We're gonna do that now.
I knew this would happen.
Lord Harrimont, what do we do with the human?
Stand down. She's not our
Now this is not the Paramount from Origins. He's dead.
The boat to Ravane is within sight, but the Carta would see me dead before I get there. How would you like to make some coin?
All right.
I've never seen a dwarven lord.
You still haven't. If you're looking at him in daylight, he's not a lord anymore.
I'm Renville Harrimont, the last of my house. My family was once revered in Orzammar. Now I'm nothing but a surfacer on the run.
Why is the Carta after you?
You must have greatly angered the Carter for them to attack you with so many witnesses around.
My family was murdered one by King Balin after my uncle failed to claim the throne. Balin's reach is long, and his vengeance a terrible thing to behold.
All right, fine, I'll help.
I'll clear the way for you, Harrimont.
Dispatch these ruffians and I'll pay you what I can now. And by the ancestors, I will reward you proper when I am safe. What is your name?
Hawke.
A good name. I will remember it.
The Carta has several groups lying in wait for us. Take the battle to them.
You got it. Well, first, last of his line, mark as active quest. I'm gonna loot the bodies.
You from the south?
Harrimont spoke to you, didn't he? Whatever reward he offered, we'll offer you more to kill him.
No.
How about I take care of you instead?
Stupid bastard!
Can't we talk about this? No?
That was the beauty of a shot!
I'm stuck!
Better luck in the next line.
Only job double happy. Figures. Ferelden, ain't you? Let me get back to work.
No work, no pay. So simple, the elves get it.
Maker turned his gaze on
We're under attack.
I
What a
think the
surprise!
is fine.
Junk. 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 Okay.
Get ready!
Bum-ba-da-dum. Master's line. Okay, all the Carta have been dispatched. Enchanted staff. Yeah, okay. We'll keep that for Anders. Aren't you gonna give the other staff that levels up with you to Anders? No, I'm gonna give it to Meryl.
Just don't.
Sell all junk. Oh, I'll also do that. There you go. Do that. Do that. All right.
Where anything came from.
Bum bum ba bum bum ba dum bum ba dum.
Not my favorite stop, I'll tell you that. Backbone of the city.
Always know Pharrell's
Thanks, but no thanks.
I wager you've a bright future ahead of you. Take this. More will come, as promised. May the stone look after you.
All right. Before we head out, I do want to head to the Black Emporium just to see what's over there. So, let's head here for family history.
I'm surprised you still travel with this, Aveline.
Carver, don't.
You're ever so busy with the guardsmen. It must be a burden to slum with the refugees.
It's oddly comforting that you insult me like I'm family.
That wasn't... No, I didn't mean that.
I know, but you should be glad that's how I took it.
More mages. You talk. I'm going to ask the guards about their training.
I know your face. I am Tobias. You and that man are both Hawks. I remember your father. Malcolm was a good man.
You have a good memory.
My father must have left quite an impression. The letter I found was ancient.
I needn't tell his own child how special he was. As to the letter, it pained me to send news of the Templar's death.
The Templar?
He allowed your father to leave Kirkwall. Rule is not served by caging the best of us. A wise man.
That's surprising.
Not what I would expect from a Templar.
There was a time when the rules of the Order could be interpreted to suit a situation. Unlike these days. I will send the letters I held. It seems fitting that they return to family. Such a friendship. Few like your father remain. Even fewer like the Templar. Rest well at the Maker's side, Sir Morivar Carver.
So Carver was named after the Templar that let Malcolm Hawke go. Alright, so before we leave here... Yeah, mage goods over there.
What's
the circle like there? I hear it's better.
How many people didn't make it out of here? We were lucky.
I don't understand. It...
We'll do this. Okay.
held an enchantment just yesterday.
Alright, let's head to Black Emporium. Bone Pit. Tranquility.
Customer. Thaddeus, stand straight. Places, everyone. Welcome to the Black Emporium. I am the great and magnificent Xenhom, the antiquarian.
Okay, so what the Black Emporium does is it allows us to do a bunch of different things.
Please don't fondle and trust.
Picked apples of Alathan. Discarded weapons and armor. Okay.
Those plebeian items. Take what you like. No charge.
Box of screaming. Crafting.
No charge, Thaddeus. You hear me?
Okay, the elixir of arcane technique. Whoever consumes this elixir gain. Okay, so we get a spell and talent point. Attribute points. Rock armor potion. It's a reallocation thing. Hell potion, hell poison. Okay, so probably want these. Eventually. Relics and antiques. Okay. The Magister's Scythe. Acquires 25 magic. The Erasmus's Bulwark. Desmonda's Blade. Okay. Vestments of the Mystic. Sandals of the Mystic. Invisible gloves. Okay. The Fallen Star. I'm gonna want that one. Sturdy belt. Maker's Sigh. This will allow us to relook our confirm.
Socks. You can never have enough.
Tears. Okay, so I'm gonna need to find a way to get a lot of money Because I want that ring. Bonus to XP? Hell yeah, I'll take it. Alright, so we're going to head back to Gamlen's house. Finish up the family history thing, and then we'll be done.
Here, I got you something.
Why?
Don't get suspicious.
I'm not holding you back with generosity. Just have a look.
These are by father. Are you sure they aren't meant for you? I bet another mage could get more out of them. For your service that cannot be admitted, I ask that you accept this trinket and know that I shall respect your name. Thank you, Conscience of the Order, Sir Morivar Carver. Carver?
The Templar who allowed Father to leave Kirkwall. Your namesake.
A Templar? Have we met a Templar who isn't a colossal prig?
Then it suits you.
Well, there you go then.
I wonder how it compares to yours.
I'm sure someone thought far too long about my name. Point is, this was a swordsman.
A man who let him look ahead. It would always mean skill thoughtfully applied. Not exactly master of all blades, but Father actually thought there was worth to a swordsman. Thank you, sister. It's a connection I didn't think was there.
Jackass. Oh, we actually got friendship with him. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. In like an hour or so, we'll be on with Batman Arkham Knight. I think we're going to be starting the main, or resuming the main quest. Saturday, if the weather is, not severe, Witcher 3. Sunday, same thing with the weather. Baldur's Gate 3, and then the evening, Ace Combat 3's Newcom run. Monday, just assume weather permitting for all these. Final Fantasy 9. Wednesday, Horizon Zero Dawn, and the Ace 7 Flanker run. Thursday, the finale for the Assault Horizon showcase. Friday will be for Dragon Age 2. We're going to be looking into some of these rumors here. But first, we're going to be doing the way it should be. Unless, of course, there's... looking for approval stuff. Okay, so Varric's got stuff. Aveline. Okay. So we just need those. So yeah, we'll be doing that quest. And we'll start doing some other ones, like Long Way Home. So yeah, next week for Dragon Age 2, we'll be doing The Way It Should Be. Then we'll be heading to Long Way Home for the Sundermount. All right, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun, and I will see you guys in about an hour or so for Batman Arkham Knight.